welcome to the club.
Thank you.
How have you found settling into the greatest football club in the world?
Well, it certainly is, as far as I'm concerned. So I've been reminded of that constantly. But it's been fantastic the way that the players have welcomed, the coaching staff. Yeah, it's been fantastic. The supporters. I've been reminded many times about the 2004 premiership, so no one here has to remind me of that. It's well and truly in my face, but it's been great to be here, having family settle down and getting stuck into the pre-season, and now on the eve of another season, and can't wait.
Well, I mean, you gave us a bit of grief in your playing days, mate. So how do you find teaching midfielders to give the rest of the comp that hard a time?
Oh, look, I think the fortunate thing that we've got is we've got a lot of players in that have had a number of pre-seasons, and everyone talks about Burjo's program, and I think goes a lot of credit to the way Kenny and the coaches go about also how they develop the players and the time that they spend with them. It's a fantastic program to be a part of. I'm learning a hell of a lot, but there's a group that's come through and now in that 23, 22, 25, 26 year age bracket. So they're a mature group, and they respond really quickly to any training method or any sort of coaching technique that you put in place. So it's been a joy to coach them. So
has anybody in particular impressed you, or just as a group they're just super impressive?
No, I think that, I often get asked about the one individual, and they're all impressive individuals. I think everyone can look at the leadership group and see if they represent what we actually stand for, and they're just outstanding characters and outstanding talent. But like any midfield, and I was fortunate enough to be a part of a good midfield, was that while many spoke about one person and two people, the fact is the strength of our group was our whole group. We weren't, one person might have got tagged and another person got off the chain, and then they had a great game, and then they invested in their game. And that's got to be the strength of our group. Our strength is not got to be based off our captain or Robbie Gray or Lobes' ability to be able to communicate with the group and grab them. It's got to be a whole group, and that's been my experience, and certainly there's been this club has had experience with a great midfield group who have won a premiership, and now it's this challenge for this group to come together and mix their talents and come together.
Well, I think as we heard Koshi say earlier, I mean, that's the mantra for this football club, is that, we're part of the community in one team. And I think we showed in 2014 how, when we do play as one team, what can happen.
Yeah, I do, and look, I've heard 2014 a lot, and without being disrespectful with that moment, right now it means absolutely zero. The pure optimist says that we're equal first, and the pure pessimist says we're equal last. And we have to now go about earning our spot, and that's what the home and away season is for. And geez, I got into coach speech quickly, haven't I? I'm straight out of the media. Straight into coach speak, but it is so true, and that's all we're doing is jostling for position for the next 22 weeks to give ourselves the best chance. And if we don't come with that attitude, then there's a competition that's been waiting. There's 17 other teams that have been waiting for 5-6 months to be able to either make amends for their season last year or to build on their last. And we've got to come out really strong, and we're prepared to do that next week against Fremantle.
Well, we do, because we are now the target. We were chasing them once upon a time, but not anymore. So speaking of coaching, though,
yeah, I must admit, I always believe we were always chasing. I think one of the great things about being becoming a great team and a great player is that I heard Robert Harvey speak about this to a young group of men at 18 years of age, and they just said to Robert Harvey, they said, when did you feel like you ever made it? And he said, you know what, I never ever felt like I ever made it. And to me, that's probably the essence of Robert Harvey, because he's a guy that won a Brownlow medals, all Australians, doing all these sorts of things, and he ever felt he ever made it. So he always stayed on edge as a competitor, and that's what our group has got to do. We've been talked about a lot over the pre-season. The addition of people, yeah, that's great, but we've got to live on edge, and our edge starts next week.
Sounds great. And working with Ken, how's that going?
It's been great. He's a great innovator, I think, of the game. He does think about the game differently, and he's prepared to take chances. And when we're largely quite conservative by nature, or we want to follow tradition or something that's done in the past, that's not Ken. He wants to find a new way, a new method, and to test it out. And I've really enjoyed that.
Well, that's terrific, Michael.
Cheers. Thank you.
Welcome to the club.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Michael Voss, ladies and gentlemen.